And welcome to Enchantment of Eternity's top 10 funniest Star Trek episodes. For this countdown, I've looked at episodes from all 5 Star Trek series, the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. And I'm looking specifically at the comedic value of each episode rather than the story, performance, or how the story works overall. This top 10 judges the Star Trek episodes with the biggest laughs and nothing else.
3 more ships are approaching.
We're doomed.
No, they're Starfleet.
What are they doing?
Firing on us.
They must think Romulans are on board.
They're right.
Number 10 is Message in a Bottle, where the Doctor enlists the help of fellow EMH played by Andy Dick, who is unstable to say the least.
He's the enemy.
He needs our help. I assume you're familiar with the Hippocratic Oath?
Although there's no big laughs to be had in this episode, it is humorous throughout, and the humor works very well with this story.
Computer, deactivate EMH.
Computer, activate EMH.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Well, that's a conversation stopper if I ever heard one.
Number 9 is The Cost of Living. I'm typically not a fan of Roxanne and Troy episodes, and I wasn't a huge fan of this episode at first.
And you are doing this to your own child, Mr. Wolf? Mother?
It is Worf, madam.
But when I accept it as a silly episode, there's plenty of laughs to be had.
What would you like your father to promise, Alexander?
No yelling.
I do not yell.
Well, then you should have no trouble with that part.
If I don't meet with her tomorrow, I may never be born.
Chief, are you ready for transport?
Are we ever?
Stand by.
You saw the way she looked at me. You can't just dismiss this.
I can try.
All right. Fine. But I can't wait to get back to Deep Space Nine and see your face when you find out that I never existed.
Number 8 is Trials and Tribulations. Although I feel this episode didn't work very well as an overall story, with a paper-thin plot, it was still a very fun and upbeat episode that was cool to see.
Who started the fight?
I don't know, sir.
All right.
And one in which that was true to the funny and good spirits of the original.
Well, there must be thousands of them by now.
Hundreds of thousands.
1,771,561. That's starting with 1 tribble with an average litter of 10 every 12 hours. After 3 days.
Thank you.
Maybe you should be a little nicer to your shipmates. You never know when you might need their help. Get one thing straight. You're not one of my shipmates. You're a tool, like this hyperspanner. And tools can be replaced. So why don't you go back to sickbay before I start doing a little reprogramming?
Number 7 is Author. This episode is silly throughout, with the Doctor's outrageous holo novel. But the big laughs come in when Paris sees the Doctor's holo novel and puts his own little twist to it.
Your job will be to assist the Chief Medical Officer and learn to tolerate his overbearing behavior and obnoxious bedside manner.
The results are hilarious.
What seems to be the trouble, one of 3?
2 of 3.
Sorry. They're triplets, you know.
It hurts when I do this.
Well, then don't do it.
Ow!
Don't be a baby.
Sir, I protest. I am not a merry man.
Number 6 is Cupid, where Q zips the crew away to play Robin Hood.
I have you at last, Robin Hood.
A funny episode that makes good use of Q and how he's willing to put the crew into silly circumstances.
Sorry.
You're no match for Arachnia. Now tell me how to shut down the shield.
Confinement rings.
Number 5 is The Bride of Chaotica. In my opinion, an outrageous story that has tons of plot holes in order to allow for premise. However, I can't deny this episode brings the laughs.
Invaders! Quiet. Invaders, look.
To watch the Voyager crew play an overly absurd old-style sci-fi is really funny.
As you are, listen.
Citizen of the fifth dimension, you will be destroyed. You...
Wait!
Wait! Damage. Damage. Require maintenance. Help. Help. Help.
Data.
Number 4 is Deja Q. This is the first episode that took Q as more of a comedic rather than menacing a figure, and discovered he worked extremely well that way.
Q the miserable, Q the desperate. What must I do to convince you people?
Die.
Oh, very clever, Worf. Eat any good books lately?
Although this is an overall good episode and well executed, the ending really brought the laughs.
I'm forgiven. My brothers and sisters of the continuum have taken me back. I'm immortal again, omnipotent again.
Swell. Let me introduce you to a new human expression. We're going to beard the lion in its den.
Lions, tigers, bears.
Oh my.
Number 3 is In the Cards. Such a silly premise. This episode explores the Jake Nog relationship to his
kidnapping?
We didn't really accuse her of anything.
Oh, I see you just implied it.
Exactly.
Are you trying to be funny, Cadet? Because I'm not laughing.
No, sir.
I want an explanation, and I want it now.
Well, sir, it all began at my Uncle Quark's bar when we saw this list of various...
We were in the bar, and I guess we got a little drunk.
Jake!
It won't do any good to lie about it, Nog.
What? Captain, I would like to separate myself...
As you were, Cadet.
Tuvok, I understand. You are a Vulcan man. You have just gone without for 7 years about. Paris, please find a way to load a hypospray. I will give you the sign. Just aim for his behind.
Number 2 is Tinker Tenure Dr. Spy. An episode that had just one laugh after another as we explored the Doctor's deepest fantasies.
You can't just leave me. I couldn't bear to be alone.
Aren't you forgetting someone? He needs you, B'Elanna, now more than ever.
The laughs just keep escalating in this episode as the Doctor gets the command he wanted, but it's more than he bargained for.
Don't move! You're surrounded. Don't shoot! I surrender!
Number 1 is The Magnificent Ferengi. The episode is funny from start to finish. There was no point in this episode in which I wasn't at least cracking a smile.
I can't go running off with you on some half-baked rescue mission. I have duties to perform.
But you know how to fire a phaser.
I'm not a huge fan of DS9 Ferengi episodes, but this one succeeds in a major way.
How can we be sure these schematics are accurate?
Sir,
Oh, no need to stand on formality here. Just call me Lek.
No, I meant you should call me sir.
Don't be ridiculous.
You mean don't be ridiculous, sir.
Gentlemen, please, let's not squabble. We're a team, Nog.
We're a team, sir.
Stay out of this.
It was well constructed so that humor could have maximum impact.
Everyone, this is Kevon. We're gonna trade him for Ishka.
Hi. I'm Ram. This is Nog. That's Front.
Ram.
So that's my Star Trek Top 10 Funniest Episodes. Thanks for watching.